A JPMorgan analyst predicts whether the Fed will raise interest rates come September. I think with the inflation numbers starting to creep up a little bit, that might be the case, that they might raise rates again. So who knows? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Block Cash Podcast channel. Make sure to check out our sponsor, NITROBETTING. They are the best place to wage and bet with Bitcoin on the internet. Go to nitrobetting.eu to check them out and learn what they have to offer. All links in the description below. Also, check out our Patreon. We do chart analysis Monday through Friday. So if you like TA, that's the place for you. 2 cups of coffee a month, that's all it costs. All right, so JPMorgan Asset Management said on Wednesday that it does not expect the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates. Surprise, surprise. Any further this cycle after headline inflation data showed a downward trend. Fed interest rate futures reflect growing confidence that the Fed is unlikely to raise interest rates further after the U.S. consumer prices rose by the most in 14 months in August, while annual growth in headline inflation was at its lowest in nearly 2 years. And then, quote unquote, they said, although oil prices are still rising in early September, we expect the impact of oil price increases on the CPI to be limited. Interesting. On September 20th, the Fed policymakers will announce their short-term interest rate forecast for the end of 2023, considering that there are only 2 meetings left after September. These meetings will give strong clues about the interest rate move in November. In the Fed's most recent release of its projections in June, many thought interest rates would rise 1 notch above their current level in 2023. The Fed's July meeting minutes also largely supported this view, but economic data since then have shown some signs that inflation is moderating and employment growth is slowing. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investors are focused on September 20th as it is expected to deeply affect the industry, as it always seems to be. Look, this is the reality. The Fed may raise rates again. They tend to do it. You know, they've been doing it for the past 2 years at this point. They said there's going to be more to finish this year. So I'm expecting the Fed to raise rates at least 25 basis points here in September. They might not, though. They might pause. It is possible, but inflation has creeped up a little bit. So there is a chance that they may actually do that in 7 days, or whenever you're watching this video. So the 20th of September. But the biggest thing to watch with crypto is we usually have a little bit of panic set in leading up to these dates because it does seem to really affect the market right now. So if you see crypto really start to sell off or slump ahead of September 20th, don't panic right away. It's a natural knee-jerk reaction, and I think we're in for that. But as soon as we get through the 20th of September and it settles in and people accept the fact that the Fed has raised rates 25 basis points or that they actually have paused, whatever the scenario is, usually the money goes flowing back into crypto. That's just the trend. That's just how it's been performing all of 2023 and most of 2022, with the exception of money flowing back in. I'd say most of 2023, to be honest. Yeah, that's the reality of it. We just have to wait and see. But the biggest problem is the economy. It's making it really hard for people to spend money. It's very expensive right now. And in crypto, you need extra cash flow. You need money that people can spend. Even during the COVID pandemic, people were investing their stimulus checks into Bitcoin. If you don't have money that you can place into it, why are you going to invest in it? So while it's good in the industry that we're seeing a lot of self-custody and crypto pulled off exchanges, and you're seeing bears completely exhausted in this market, and we've probably bottomed quite a while ago, and maybe we're in an uptrend. But at the same time, if there's no buyer sentiment, there's no catalyst, there's no event, and there's no extra cash out there for people to spend, extra liquidity in the market, then it's just not going to happen. So that is what we're trying to analyze here. So with the Fed continuing to raise rates, it's going to continue to hurt the economy and make it harder for crypto to go into a bull cycle. When the Fed starts to pause on rates, like really pause on rates, like for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, then that's when you're going to see crypto really move, because the market's going to have a little bit more sustainability. It's going to be able to recover, and you're going to see jobs recover, and you're going to see people making money again. So that's what we're going to keep an eye out on. It's interesting that JPMorgan thinks that they're going to pause, but I really do think they're going to raise. So we'll see who's right. in the end, me, a podcaster on the internet, or JPMorgan. Will they raise rates? Will they pause? Who knows? Comment your thoughts down below what you think the Fed is going to do on September 20th and how that might affect crypto. Also, make sure to like the video, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. You guys are the best, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Cheers.